Hello again. I'm doing this video in response to a question that I got asked the other day through one of the Ask the Expert forums that I'm a member of online. Now, I've already answered the question on the forum, but I thought it would be a good subject for a little video, so here goes. The question came from GC, no name, just some initial, GC. And GC's question was, I usually play my strats with vintage custom single coils through low wattage tube amps like the Marshall Class 5 or Vox AC4 TV. Sometimes I use an MXR carbon copy or a Vox wah pedal, but as I said before, I prefer just a pure guitar and tube amp tone, and that's no bad thing. I just need to know what's the best noise suppressor pedal to eliminate a single coil hum, considering my fairly simple combination of equipment. Okay, single coil pickups, like you find in Stratocaster like this, there's quite a common problem with them, and that is that they give you a humming noise. You know, there's a reason that somebody invented pickups like that, the twin coil humbuckers. They get rid of this hum. It's just like an electrical interference, if you like. Now, putting something like a noise gate or a noise suppressor pedal in your signal chain to get rid of it, that's a perfectly valid thing to do. But my advice to GC is, before you get your wallet out or your checkbook out and go and purchase a pedal, have a look at what else you might be able to do to eliminate the hum, because it might not just be as simple as it's a classic pickup giving you hum sort of problem. First off, try and eliminate anything else from the signal chain that could be causing you problems. So this means trying your guitar with different cables, taking pedals out of the signal chain, trying different amps. If you think about it, if there's one component in the chain that's giving you the problem, what you need to do is go through and remove that, and to see if the problem persists. If the problem persists, you know that component wasn't at fault. It could quite easily be just a poor contact on a cable. That's much easier to replace and cheaper to replace than it is to go out and buy a fairly expensive noise suppressor pedal. So check your equipment first and make sure that you have narrowed down the problem to, narrowed down the source of the problem. Assuming the noise is coming from the guitar, something else you can look at is how well is the guitar screened. Now, inside your guitar, in the control cavities, on the back of the scratch plate, it should have some sort of shielding, typically like a metal foil, or sometimes you'll see it's a special paint that's impregnated with something that gives you like electrical shielding properties. It's a little less common, but you will see it in some cases. But yeah, the control cavities, the back of the scratch plate, should all be shielded. For example, here's a photograph that I took whilst I was building that guitar there. It's one that I built myself. And what you can see here is inside the control cavity, I've lined that with some adhesive copper tape. And what the copper tape does, it gives you like a barrier that stray electrical interference can't get through. If you're interested in the physics, have a look online, do a search for something called a Faraday cage, which explains the principles. But basically, you've got things like power line noise, it's like an electrical noise, particularly things like fluorescent lighting, and that includes things like the newer like low energy light bulbs are actually kind of like the same principle as a fluorescent type of tube, and that causes a kind of interference that can be picked up by the wiring inside of a guitar, and then that becomes noise in your signal chain. So having your guitar well screened to cut out that external interference can help to reduce, or even in some cases eliminate, the noise. So if you checked out all your equipment, your guitar's well shielded, there's no faults or damage with your cables or any pedals or your amp, the next course of action probably is to look at getting some sort of noise suppression device, putting that into your signal chain. Now this is a difficult one for me to make a recommendation on, because I don't actually use a noise gate or anything myself. I've never really had the need to. I've been quite lucky. I never really had much of a problem with noise from the guitars. My effect setup's pretty simple. There's not much in there to introduce noise. I suppose what I would suggest you take a look at as a starting point is possibly the Boss NS2 noise suppressor pedal. I like Boss pedals. I've used them for quite a long time. The good quality professional grade pedals, the construction of them is really good, the quality of the electronics inside is pretty good, and price wise, for a professional pedal they're not that badly priced. You can pick up the Boss NS2 for 60 odd, 70 odd pounds. I don't know what that is in dollars, $100, $110 or so. It's not a super expensive piece of gear, and if it gets rid of the noise, then it's a worthwhile investment. But like I was saying before, don't just jump onto buying one of those, because it could be there's something else in your setup that's at fault. So make sure you eliminate anything like that before you go ahead and you actually buy a noise gate pedal. Okay, so for GC and anyone else who's having problems with noise from their guitar setup, I hope you found that useful. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye for now.